Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been a while since I've done like a sit down video. I don't know where I've been. I've been uploading wedding videos. I've done some collabs and vlogs. So yeah, I feel like I haven't said hello for a while. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I normally upload around 2 videos a week, but I think in December I'm going to be uploading more. I'm not officially doing Vlogmas this year because I have quite a few projects on that I don't want to kind of take away from those. So I thought I'd do like vlog less instead of Vlogmas, which basically means I'll vlog whenever I can. Hopefully there'll be loads of vlogs, but I just don't want to commit to every single day because when I do that, that's all I can focus on and I want to be doing some other things at the same time. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions / review of the new Olympus Pen camera. If you guys follow me on Instagram, my username's lilypebbles, or you read my blog lilypebbles.co.uk, you would have seen that I went on a press trip with Olympus. It's the first time I've met any of the team and it was a really great trip. We got gifted one of the new cameras. I'm very, very lucky. And we had a couple of days to play with it and learn how to use it. I am such a kind of tech camera geek, so I find things like that so interesting and fun. I love cameras, but I have always been very loyal to Canon, so this is kind of interesting to try something new. Just a little disclaimer, I am not a professional photographer. I am definitely not a tech reviewer on YouTube, so forgive me if I miss out any information or if this wasn't as helpful as you thought it would be, but I thought it would be good to have like a first impressions review from someone. I may have a bit more experience than your average person, but I'm not a professional and I don't know, I just thought this would be helpful. This is the first time I've ever tried an Olympus camera and I've always been intrigued by the Olympus Pen. Would I have bought it if I wasn't gifted it? Maybe, actually. It's definitely something I've considered for a while. I just feel like I have so many cameras that it's hard to justify buying more, but there was definitely a space for this in my kind of camera collection. So this is the box it came in. It is the new Olympus Pen E-PL8, so this is the most recent update. As you can kind of see from the packaging of the box, I think the design of the Olympus Pen is always what's been really appealing to people. It's very much targeted at the blogging industry, at amateur photographers, bloggers, people who kind of want to get into it more, and they've always followed trends, Instagram, which I think is what made the brand so appealing, and it's very clever marketing as well. So going on that theme of kind of image and looks, I'll start by talking about the design and the look of the camera. So this is the E-PL8. It comes in 3 colors, black, white, and then like a brown and silver combo. All cameras have this kind of metal and then leather here, or leather look, I don't really know what it is. The design of the camera is very cool. It's very kind of retro, old school style, and I think that that's great because one of the things about cameras is sometimes if they're really ugly or bulky, you kind of want to just put it in like a camera bag or put it in your handbag and hide it away. But because this camera looks great, you know, you're happy to have it hanging on your shoulder. Or in this case, on one of their kind of long leather straps, which I have, which can go crossbody, which looks great and it's so easy to carry. It's really lightweight as well, which I like because one of the reasons I tend not to take my big Canon 5D out is because it's so heavy. I'll talk about the other cameras I use in a moment and try and compare it to those, but let's stick to the look of the camera for now. So it's a metal and leather kind of combo, really retro with all the kind of buttons up here, and it has a flip out screen, which I think is really appealing to some people. This one is a bit strange. It flips up, but then it stops there. It doesn't flip all the way up. So that one is good if you are taking a photo from down below and you need to see what you're taking a photo of. It then pulls out. Oh gosh, wait. It's just a bit, I never really know how to do this. Oh, you have to pull it down. Okay, so then it pulls up, and that's good if you want to take a flat lay photo. So they've really considered the sort of audience that would take a flat lay photo or something for Instagram. So you can position the camera directly down whilst looking at the screen and seeing what you're taking a photo of. And then the screen flips down, so that's what they call like selfie mode if you want to see yourself. The problem I find with this is that often when I'm filming myself or filming something I'm doing, I'll rest the camera on a table, and because the screen flips down, you can't do that. I really think they should have made it so that it flips up. It just makes so much more sense. I'm not sure why they did that. I would love to ask the design team why they chose to flip it down. To me, that's just like a very obvious thing to do. So that's a little bit frustrating if you wanted to use this to vlog. I find that that's quite a big kind of con when it comes to the camera. But yeah, design-wise, that's pretty much it. It's really not that heavy, which is great. And now I'll talk about the camera itself. I use the Canon 5D Mark 3. This is what I'm filming on now. And there's no way I'm going to compare those two cameras because they're not in the same league, they're not in the same family, they're not supposed to be compared. The Canon 5D is a professional camera. People use them to make films and TV ads, and it's a completely different thing, so I'm not even going to compare. But I could compare this to some of my other cameras. The camera I use for vlogging is the Canon G7X Mark II. This is what I use for vlogging. This one, you can't change the lenses on. So on the Olympus, you can change the lens, and that's a massive selling point, especially when it comes to taking photos, because you can really get that nice depth of field. You can just play around a lot with the settings and do so much more. So I don't tend to use the Canon G7X for photos. I don't think it's good enough. I recommended it to my friends for their wedding list, for honeymoons and holidays. If you're just getting into photography and you want something basic, this is great, but I tend to use this for filming. I really like this because the screen flips up. It also flips down if you wanted to do that fancy thing, but I tend to just use it flipping up to film myself. I like this for vlogging because it's very compact and small. If I show you the difference between holding this and holding this is a lot harder to hold in one hand and maneuver smoothly. So although you can definitely vlog on this, I still prefer this for vlogging just because the style that I vlog in, I'm very quick at moving the camera around, and at the moment I still really like using this for vlogging. But in terms of photo taking, you can't compare. The Olympus Pen would definitely win. I haven't talked about prices yet. So the Canon G7X is about £560 and the Olympus Pen is about £500. So I definitely think you're getting a better deal with this because it does a lot more. I could also compare it to the Canon EOS M, which is a camera I bought a few years ago. They've definitely updated it and changed it a lot now. I think this is about similar price, 500 and something pounds. This one you can change the lens on, so it's a very similar idea. I don't know if it has a flip out screen now, my one doesn't. I didn't love this camera, I just felt like the quality wasn't good enough. Maybe they've updated it now, I can't confirm that, but this version that I have doesn't compare to the Olympus Pen. I don't think it's as good, which is a shame. So let me talk more about this camera. As I said, the lens has changed. I've only tried it with this lens on it, which is the one I think it comes with, the 14 to 42 millimeter. And it's okay, the lens isn't great. I feel like if you're good at photography and you can get the right angles and the right focus, you can take some really nice shots. I'll insert some photos now that I took on the press trip that I went to. And as you can see, some of the macro shots that are really close up are amazing. Whereas some of the kind of portrait ones, I feel like there's not enough blur in the background, but that you can change with a different lens. So I'm really excited to try some of their other lenses. There are a lot of settings going on and you can do so much more than just kind of point and shoot with this camera if you kind of take the time to learn the settings. You can change the ISO, you can change the f-stop. Technically it can do what SLR cameras do, you just have to know how to use it. So there's definitely a lot of options there. One of the things I found with this camera is that the screen is really not good enough quality. I find that I'll take a photo, look at it on the screen and think, that's actually not that great. And then when I look at it on my phone or computer, the photo is actually so much better than it looks on the screen. So that's something to bear in mind and definitely something I think they should improve on in the future. Another massive selling point of this camera is that it has Wi-Fi. And that is great for so many reasons. It's really easy. You just download an app and you sync your camera to your phone. You only have to do it once, and then it's really easy. You can just take photos and then you check into your app and you kind of sync them on a Wi-Fi. You don't need Wi-Fi, you just use the camera's Wi-Fi. It's kind of complicated, but it's easy once you figure it out. And then you can get all of your photos on your phone, which means that you can email them to people, you can upload them to Instagram, you can kind of check the photos you've been taking in better quality because you can't really see it on the screen. And I find that so helpful. I love that, and it's a massive selling point for me. The screen is touchscreen, which I don't really tend to use for settings as much, but it's good if you want to focus on certain things. I think this camera is great. I think it's amazing for taking photos. You can definitely vlog on it. I'll insert a clip now where I tried it out last weekend, a couple of weekends ago with Anna. I tried vlogging on this camera. I just pressed record and it zoomed really far in, but I'm going to attempt to vlog on this camera so you can see what the quality is like. It's a little bit uncomfortable to
You look very yellow.
We look quite yellow. It is definitely heavier.
Go on, Mark, run.
We're going to run for the bus.
Go on, Mark.
Yeah, go.
How do you feel about the screen being on the bottom?
I don't hate that.
I don't think it's as flattering to look below the lens than it is to look...
Yeah, it gets rid of the double chin.
It'll be interesting to see if the footage
Do we really look like
the same.
Olympus?
Yeah. Aha. I didn't have it on filming mode, I had it on aperture. So this time it doesn't zoom in.
Also,
it just
really
starts
nice
recording.
depth of field going on over here.
Yeah.
That looks really nice.
That is true.
Blurry.
Nice depth of field. And like you can touch the screen to press record, so you don't have to like guess where the button is on the
What
back.
if I put my hands? Ooh, it focuses quite quickly.
It's definitely something that would take a bit of getting used to. I just don't know how I feel about vlogging with it yet. I find the camera quite heavy and just harder to maneuver. But if I wanted to make like a slightly fancy video, I think it could definitely be done on this. And it's nice to know I can take photos on this and film on it, and both would be good quality. I'm really excited to try out their 45mm lens, which is a bit like the 50mm on a Canon, and just play around with the settings more. I'm trying to decide whether to take this camera with me on my honeymoon or my big camera. The Canon 5D is obviously better, but it's big and it's heavy to carry around, and it's also quite difficult to use. Like, you really have to know how to use that camera, where I feel like this one's much easier for beginners. They've really thought about their audience as well, and they've brought out lots of accessories to go with the camera. So they have like really stylish camera bags. They've got this long leather strap, which you can wear like cross-body, almost like it's a bag, and it's so comfortable and it makes carrying the camera so easy. It also just comes with like a normal strap, but I really do like this leather strap. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions you guys might have, but the best thing to do is probably leave a comment under this video and I'll try and help you out if I know. But I've only had this for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna keep kind of giving it a go. Those are my first impressions about the camera. I think this is a great present for someone that's like into photography. I don't know if people spend that much on Christmas presents. I definitely don't, but if you do, this is a great Christmas present. I'm gonna link the camera down below in the description box. I also have a tab on my blog that says shop, and on there I've got a tech tab, which I tend to put all the kind of equipment that I use on there if I can. I really hope that was helpful in some way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if I'm allowed to be doing this little teaser, but me and Anna have a very exciting announcement next week. That's all I can say, but I'm really excited. So we'll be uploading videos on our channels together to make that announcement, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.